It's not a pre-launching standard, so we use Samsung equipment on the 16 2005 standard, and we have already launched our network in two biggest Russian cities, in one city in the middle of Russia, and going to launch another 5 cities by the end of this year. Also, we started our operations in Nicaragua, in Central America, and there we're also going to use Samsung equipment. Look, the business model work a little bit different. So for the calls within our network, we will use WiMAX network. Yeah, our subscribers will be able to make these calls without any connection with GSM operators. It's obvious. It's obvious, yeah. For every incoming calls, you can use your GSM phone number, because all incoming calls are for free. And the penetration of GSM in Russia almost 200%. That means that everybody has almost 2 SIM cards from different providers. And at this stage, compete with them, it's not reasonable. That's why for internal voice over IP calls, they will be using our network. For incoming calls, they will be using GSM. It's also possible. You know, it's even possible in every Nokia phone, which goes with SIP client enabled. But the key question here is the simplicity of this service, because I personally tried to set up this SIP service at Nokia and didn't manage to do it. But in Russia, we are going to introduce in December very simple mobile phone. It will be also GSM plus mobile WiMAX, and it will have a special separate button. So if your contact is within Yota network at the moment, the button will light in blue. And if you push this button, the call will go through voice over IP through WiMAX network absolutely for free. If your contact is not in Yota network, you can push this button, and your call will go also through over IP, but will be landed to PSTN or to GSM with the tariff lower than GSM. And if you want to make your standard GSM call, you just push the standard button and the call will go through GSM. Very simple. Yeah, it depends on every country. For example, in Nicaragua, we're establishing a full-service telecommunication operator, which will be able to compete with incumbents and provide full package of services, starting from international long-distance call and ending up with data services. It's very preliminary stage to tell, because we haven't established a company yet. So we are in the process of getting licenses and permissions and establishing the company. Because we are focusing on two regions. It's CIS. That is quite obvious. Why? Because it's very close to us. We speak the same language, we understand the culture, and so on and so forth. And also Latin America, where we see very huge demand, because the average penetration of broadband in Latin America 2.5%, and we see a lack of broadband connections here. And historically, Russia and Latin American countries have very strong relationship.
Can you advance any other markets where you're going to be launching, or you're trying to launch?
So we are looking at Colombia, Ecuador, Venezuela, Chile, and of course Brazil, if the spectrum will be available and there is a mobility allowance. Yes, definitely. So speaking about our worldwide ambitions, we have already allocated $500 million for international expansion, and going to raise additional $1 billion within next year.
Do you think you're going to be like one of the drivers of WiMAX in Latin America because of your plans? Because I don't see any other operator being as aggressive as you are in terms of WiMAX.
Yes. Simple.